Morning, guys. Welcome back to Football Heaven 24/7. I'm your host, Jamie Carter. Did a review on Sunday yesterday of the weekend's action, but there was a couple of games I missed out on from the weekend. Mainly played on Sunday. Sunderland were playing Coventry in the Championship. It was Sunderland's first game back in the Championship for 3 seasons. The game finished 1-1 in the end. Quite a tight contest from what I've heard. And then also another massive game in Scotland was Celtic against Aberdeen, and that finished 2-0 to Celtic. And then, of course, we had what everyone was banging on about well, not everyone in the country, but quite a lot of people. There was 11 odd million viewers for England women against Germany women in the Championship, European Championship final at Wembley. It was 1-1 in 90 minutes, and then England won 2-1 with a goal about 7 minutes from the end of extra time. And it's the first time they've ever won the European Championship. So hats off to the ladies because they've done a fantastic job there. Coming up for Monday, which is today, we've got the last game of the week, last game of the Championship uh, fixtures. It's Watford against Sheffield United. Obviously, Watford just came down from the Premier League, as we know, got relegated last season against Sheffield United, who had one season down from the Premier League, didn't manage to get up in the playoffs, lost out to Nottingham Forest in the playoff semi-final on penalties. So they're playing each other tonight, Watford and Sheffield United. My prediction for this, I'm going to go for 2-1 to Watford. We'll see what happens there. In the week, the midweek fixtures, there's some games being played. It's the third round qualifying round, first leg of the Champions League. There's a lot of teams playing on Tuesday night. Looking if there's anybody from sort of like the British Isles. We're only looking at Glasgow Rangers by the looks of it, from what I can see on Tuesday night. They're playing away at Union Saint Gilloux. I think they might be a Belgian team by the looks of it. And then we've got on Wednesday night. There's a couple of there's an Irish team playing. Shamrock Rovers are playing against a team called Shikupi. I've got no idea where they're from. So good luck to Shamrock Rovers and to Rangers on Tuesday night as well. Friday night, obviously, it's the start of the Premier League. Crystal Palace are playing Arsenal. That's going to be on Sky Sports. Crystal Palace, I'm going to do to lose this game. I'm going to say Arsenal are going to win this game 3-1. In pre-season, Arsenal have been looking fantastic. Now, pre-season, obviously, we know it's not exactly the same, obviously, as a more competitive match. But Arsenal have been on fire. Gabriel Jesus has been banging goals in for fun. He's come on loan from Manchester City. He's just absolutely doing something that Arsenal needed last season, which was an out-and-out goal scorer. My mind, I did at the start of the season, well, going back about a month ago, I predicted Arsenal would finish third. Excuse me, I'm actually predicting now that as long as they don't get injuries, that they're going to have a chance of going for the title. Now, people might think I'm crazy saying that. Obviously, Manchester City and Liverpool, as we know, the last 4 or 5 seasons, they've been dominating the landscape in English football. But I just see Arsenal creeping up slightly. I can see them being a lot better than Manchester United this season. I can see them being a lot better than Chelsea. I just see them doing some good stuff. I can see them sneaking in now. I said at the start of the season that I thought Tottenham would finish in second. I'm changing my mind on those predictions already. I'm going to go for. I'm looking at the title now. I'm actually looking and thinking to myself that Liverpool's going to win it. I'm thinking that Manchester City are going to finish second, and I'm thinking Arsenal are going to finish third. But I think it's going to be very, very tight. I think there's only going to be a matter of something like 6 to 8 points between those three teams. I think it's really, really going to be a tight season. So can't see Chelsea doing any good. They've brought in two good players. I just can't see anything happening there. But like I say, I'm doing Arsenal to win 3-1 against Crystal Palace on Friday night. Also, there's a championship game being played this Friday night coming up. That's Birmingham against Huddersfield. For that game, I'm going to say that Birmingham will win that game 2-0. A bit of a mad prediction by me, but I'm going to go with that. And then we're going into Saturday's fixtures. I would normally do these on a Friday, but because there's not many games being played in midweek of note, like there is when all the teams get playing, we're going to go straight into the Premier League now. Bournemouth, it's their first game back in the Premier League. They were away for 2 seasons after getting relegated. Scott Parker's brought them up, the former Fulham manager. They're playing Aston Villa at home for the first game of the season. I'm looking at the game. Aston Villa's brought in some good players. Bournemouth have only brought in 2 players, Joe Rothwell and Ryan Fredericks came in from West Ham. I can only see one winner in this game. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Aston Villa. Then we've got an evening kickoff. Everton's playing Chelsea. That's going to obviously be on Sky Sports. Looking at that game, Everton haven't brought anybody of note really, and they've brought 2 Burnley players in, James Tarkowski and Dwight O'Neill, and a guy called Vinigre. I believe he's from Real Betis or Sporting Lisbon, defender. Can't see him doing anything better than they did last season. Really, too much better. Going to go for Chelsea 2-0 in that one. Fulham's playing Liverpool. Obviously, Fulham's first game back in the Premier League after winning the Championship last season. Liverpool, they're on fire at the moment as well. Same as Arsenal in pre-season. They've been doing some great stuff. I'm going to say 3-1 to Liverpool in that game. I'm going to go for Salah to get 2 goals. Leeds are playing Wolves. Wolves have been tipped by some people to go down this season. I can't really see that. I can't see Wolves going down at all. But I think Leeds will get a 2-1 win here, get a good start to the season. And then obviously my boys, Forest, are up against, first time in 23 years, their first game back in the Premier League, away at Newcastle United. Newcastle, they haven't brought anybody much in. They've only brought Nick Pope in as a goalkeeper. 1 or 2 other players, Sven Botman, defender as well, from Lille in France, but just can't see much going on there. It's going to sound biased if I go for Forest to win 2-1, but I'm thinking it's going to be a tighter affair than that. I'm thinking it's going to be, I'm going to go with 2-2, I think. I'll say 2-2 just to put it on the side. I think Newcastle have got the experience, but I think Forest players will be fired up to get a decent result in this game. Whether it'll be a reflection of what the season will end up being, who knows, but I'll go 2-2 in that game. And then we've got Tottenham against Southampton. Southampton haven't brought many new players in. Tottenham, they've had a bit of an indifferent pre-season, but as we know, that doesn't really reflect how it will turn out. I'm going to go for a narrow 1-0 win to Tottenham in this game. I just think it's going to be a bit of a scrappy one. I think Tottenham will get the result 1-0 in the end, as I say. So, jumping into the Championship, obviously we had the Championship, League One and League Two were played. The first opening round fixtures were already played, obviously, a couple of days ago on Saturday. But we're going to look into the Championship now. Bristol City, they lost away 2-1 at Hull on Saturday. But this Saturday coming up, they've got Sunderland at home. I'm going to say Bristol City are going to win this game 2-1. And then I'm going to go, then it's Barnsley against Luton. Burnley against Luton even. Burnley, they look like they could have had a lot more goals against Huddersfield in their first game that they won 1-0 away. I'm going to say Burnley against Luton, I'm going to go 3-1 Burnley. And then Norwich against Wigan. Norwich, I'm going to again going to say that Norwich will win this one, and I'll say this is going to be 3-1. Recovering after losing 1-0 against Cardiff the following last weekend. Preston against Hull, I'm going to say 2-0 to Preston. Queen's Park Rangers against Middlesbrough, I'm going to go 2-1 to Middlesbrough. Reading against Cardiff, I'm going to say in that one 2-0 to Cardiff. Sheffield United against Millwall, I'll say in this one 2-1 to Millwall. Stoke against Blackpool, I'm going to say Stoke to win that one 3-0. And then Swansea against Blackburn Rovers. I think this is going to be lots of goals, but I think that Swansea will just edge out Blackburn and win 3-2. So I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to say Joel Perreault to get 2 goals in that one as well. Looking at some of the other games, I'll run through League One and League Two really, really quickly, and obviously the Sunday matches that are going to be on. In the League One, it's Barnsley against Cheltenham. I'm going to say 2-0 to Barnsley in that game. Bolton against Wickham, going to go for 2-2 in that game. Burton against Bristol Rovers. That's going to be a tough one, but I'll say 2-1 to Burton Albion. Charlton against Derby County. I'm going to go 2-2 in that game. Exeter against Port Vale. 2-1 to Port Vale. Fleetwood against Plymouth. We're looking at, I think that's going to be 2-0 to Plymouth. Forest Green against Ipswich Town. I'll say 3-1 to Ipswich Town. MK Dons against Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going to say 2-1 to Sheffield Wednesday. Oxford United against Cambridge United, battle of the two universities, major universities in England. I will say that this one will be. I'm going to go 3-2 to Oxford for that one. Peterborough against Morecambe, 3-1 to Peterborough. Portsmouth against Lincoln City. That's going to be our managers up against their team, the Cowley brothers. I'm going to say 2-1 to Portsmouth, though. Shrewsbury against Accrington Stanley. I'll say I'll go 1-1 in that game. And then going into League Two, just run through these quick. Barrow against Bradford. Bradford to lose that one 2-1. Colchester against Carlisle. I'm going to say 2-0 to Colchester. Crawley against Leyton Orient. 2-1 to Leyton Orient. Crewe against against Harrogate Town. I'm going to say 2-2 in that game. Doncaster Rovers against Sutton United. Going to go 2-1 to Doncaster. Gillingham against Rochdale. 2-0 to Gillingham. Grimsby against Northampton. 2-1 to Grimsby. Hartlepool against AFC Wimbledon. I'm going to say 3-1 to AFC Wimbledon. Mansfield against Tranmere. I'm going to say 2-0 Mansfield. Newport County against Walsall. Say 1-1 in that game. Stevenage against Stockport. That's going to be, I think I'll go for 2-1 Stockport. And then Swindon against Salford City. I'm going to say 2-1 to Swindon. So that's my predictions for Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2 on Saturday. On Sunday, there's 3 Premier League games. Leicester against Brentford. I will say Leicester to win that one 2-1. There's Man United against Brighton. That'll be on Sky Sports. That is going to be, I'm going to say in this one, let's have a think. Probably, I'll go 2-1 again, Manchester United in that one. And then West Ham against Manchester City. I'm going to say that West Ham are going to get a 2-2 draw in that game. And then Coventry's playing Rotherham in the Championship on Sunday. And I'll say 3-0 to Coventry in that game. And then on Monday, next Monday, I'm going to say West Brom against Watford. I'm going to go for a 3-2 win for West Brom against Watford. So that's my review of the week. Well, preview of the week, should I say. And that'll be all what I think will be the correct scores. Obviously, I'm not going to get most of them right, but I'm just doing it as a point of reference. Anyone wants to make any comments on what they think the scores will be in the comments box underneath this video, that'd be great. Thank you for liking and subscribing. We're getting a lot of followers. Some of the videos are getting more than 100 odd now. We're looking at 300 odd on one of them. Let's just keep building it up. You know, tell your friends and family about us. Get behind us. There'll be going to be more content. Yeah, and have a great week. Wherever your team is, I hope they get some good results coming up at the weekend. I'm going to be doing a few more episodes on various things in the week, couple more. Have a great time. All the best. This has been Football Heaven 24/7. Bye.